Most Haunted was created by an off-chance moment, really. It was a wet Sunday afternoon. My husband Carl and I were at home, and a colleague had just popped in for a cup of tea, and he said he'd spent the previous weekend at a place called Michelin Priory, and said how fantastic it was, how beautiful it was, and also how it was haunted. So for some strange reason, something just clicked. Carl and I looked at each other, and we spent all night, literally all night, we didn't go to sleep, writing furiously on lots of bits of paper, and we came up with the idea, and we wrote out the rough format for Most Haunted. And it was just the teamwork, the two of us, just sort of bouncing off each other, and we came out with the idea. But nobody wanted it. Absolutely every single television station slammed the door in our face and said, ghost programmes don't work, they've never worked, the paranormal, no one's interested. Oh, how wrong they've all been. There's been many locations that we've investigated on Most Haunted, but I think I can safely speak for the rest of the crew and say that Pendle Hill was possibly one of the most frightening locations we've ever been to. It was this Blair Witch cottage in the middle of nowhere in Clitheroe, and it was a live show, so we were live on air, and we went into this tiny room which apparently was haunted by the Pendle Witches. They used to torture people down in the cellars and do horrible things. So we decided to go in there and investigate it, and we had a Ouija board set up. And one by one, every single member of the crew completely collapsed, fainted. In fact, Stuart stopped breathing altogether and his lips turned blue. And that for me was absolutely terrifying, to see your close friends, your loved ones, people that you've been working closely with for years, just drop, every single one of us. There was just myself and Sally Matthews, the floor manager, left, and she, bless her, she had to pick up the cameraman because the cameraman had completely gone. He had to be carried out. She just picked the camera up, and we had to carry on. Whereupon the table started to rock very violently from side to side. The glass spun off the table and smashed against the wall, and the programme ended. But we all went back to the hotel that night in complete shock, and a lot of us had bad dreams, and we had to talk to each other a lot after that experience. So it really was very frightening. When we started Most Haunted nearly 8 years ago, we discovered there were 10,000 recorded haunted locations just in Great Britain. We've done about 200 of those locations, so you do the maths, there's plenty more for us to cover, and of course we want to go and do more investigations worldwide. We've started in America, we've done a few there now, and they've been very successful. We want to go to Australia, we want to go all over the world. I think we've only just scratched the surface. When I talk to mediums about what they think makes a good sensitive person, they normally say everybody has the chance or has the ability to be a medium, a psychic. For me, all the mediums that I've worked with, I'd say a good medium is a sensitive person, a creative soul, somebody who's selfless, somebody who doesn't want fame, doesn't want money. They're doing this work because of the love for it, and because they genuinely want to help people, living people, and also trapped souls, because if we are to believe that there are spirits out there, many of them are trapped and many of them do need help. So for me, that's the sort of person that I want to work with, that I like working with, and I think we have that with our medium David Wells. He's a lovely person, he's very spiritual, very quiet, very truthful, and very, very trustworthy.